Hello friends, welcome to this week's Pick a Card Oracle card reading. This week we're going to ask the universe what you need to hear the most. Take a look at each pile of cards, pick the pile that resonates with you the most, and then you can go to the chapters below, click on that pile and receive your message. Let's go with pile number 1 first. Pile number 1, let's see what you need to hear most in this moment. We have the bear, the mice, and the fox. Wow, pile number 1, you summoned a lot of spirit animals. You must have a connection with the animal world, and that is a beautiful thing. So you are an empathic, sensitive soul. This is what you need to hear most right now for your situation. The bear, the polar bear, is about purity. This is about the purity of the message that is coming to you. So when I say purity, I mean that we are peeling back the layers of illusion. We are getting deeper to the truth of what is beneath everything. So after the bear, we have the mice, and the mice signify those tiny little things that might be cute, or those little things that we don't pay attention to, that if they go unchecked, they can wreak havoc. They can destroy things. But it's the little things that they do little by little by little that we just maybe let go. We might be saying it's okay, it's something small, I don't need to pay attention to that, I'll just let it slide. And then before we know it, we have this huge mess on our hands, or this huge depletion of energy. So it's the little things that are slowly making big impacts in ways that we don't want. It's taking away from what it is that we are trying to preserve, okay? And then when we have the fox, we are talking about very sly, interesting, trickster, playful, that type of energy. So right now you are being called to take a look at the playful things in your life that might be out of balance. You may be playing a little too much when you need to be responsible. Are you deflecting and bypassing your responsibilities by making excuses to go and play when you know that the thing that you need to do is just drop in and do the hard work? And sometimes that isn't fun. That's not what life is all about. But if we don't have a balance, if we are out of balance, even in the opposite direction, if you are working too much and you're not providing enough time to recharge and play and rest, it's going to wreak havoc on your health, on your mental condition, your ability to make clear decisions, to make healthy decisions. So your message that you really need to hear right now is to pay attention to where you are out of balance. But I'm going to say this again, it's the little things. It's not that you need to make a huge sweeping change where all of a sudden you say, okay, only on Tuesdays, or okay, I'm going to cut that out of my life. That's what we don't want to do, because then it takes us out of balance again and the pendulum swings. So when the pendulum is swinging, we go from over here, like too much of this, all the way over here, too much of this. So it keeps going back and forth. So what can we do to come center, to take the middle road and say, okay, I could do a little bit of this, I could do a little bit of this, and where's that middle path? That middle path is what is going to bring you harmony. It's going to bring you peace. It's going to feel fulfilling when you are tackling those tasks and those goals that you have because you want to succeed. When you have this desire and this goal in life to succeed, but you do way too much work or you don't do enough, it's not going to feel good. So we get to the feel good place by finding the middle path. We find the middle path by swinging the pendulum. So you haven't done anything wrong. You are learning, you're learning, you're learning. So this is the message for you. Where is your middle path? Let's pull a card from the Starseed Oracle deck for you. This is one of my biggest challenges in life, and I think that it must be for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, how successful you are, what type of resources you have in your life. If you are not putting them to use in balanced ways, you are going to burn out. And if you are overusing something, it loses its charm. If you are not accessing it enough, you don't have enough energy. So this is one of the things that never goes away in life. It's a great teacher to us to keep finding that middle path and where most of the harmony is. So let's see what message from the Starseed Oracle deck there is for you today. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. I cannot make this up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is your card. See that beautiful card? I love her artwork. This is Danielle Noel. Let me find this for you. So you're getting this message twice. Oh man, this is really your message. Okay, fall into my arms, number 66. If you're into numerology, number 66, 6 plus 6 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is the Trinity, and that is such a powerful number. Look that up. Okay, here we go. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. That's deep. Whew. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, your worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them at her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. Wow. Oh, I love how that resonates with the message that just came through. So this, now it's asking you to just inquire with your soul. Place your hand on your heart and say that I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Whew, thank you, pile number 1, for showing up, because this helps me in my life. Every time I receive a message for you, it is also a message for me. And this is how teaching goes. If you are a teacher, you know exactly what I mean, or you might even be teaching people in your life through your life. You know, you might not be a formal teacher. You might be just sharing your life with people, and that teaches them as they witness you through everything you go through. So speaking of teaching, I would like to invite you, one of my most favorite ways to help people connect with the wisdom of their soul is through connecting in a moon circle. So we've been meeting on the new moon, and you receive a recording on the full moon, and it's in these sacred containers that I love feeling the energy of what it is we need the most come through. Because as a collective, when we gather with the same intention, the universe pours so much energy through that container, and it is one of my most favorite ways to learn and grow with you. So if that is something that interests you, click on the link below and take a look at that offering that I have available now. Go ahead and like this, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week. Pile number 2. Let's see what your message is this week. What do you need to hear most for your situation right now? We have the book, the key, and the birds. The book of knowledge, the key, and the storks, the heron. Okay, let's see. You are going through some major thoughts of changing your life. You are searching for answers, and you are looking for guidance in the next steps of your life, how to share your wisdom with people, and even what you should be doing in your current situation. So the book of knowledge helps us understand the deeper truths through studying. So what is it that you love to learn about the most? In what ways do you learn the most? Are you a visual learner? Do you learn from reading? Do you learn from watching other people? Do you learn from maybe doing? Are you a doer? So in whatever way that you love to learn the most, you are being called to go ahead and dive in and study that subject that you are really curious about. And if you have more than one, just pick one to start with. You can dabble even in multiple different areas. This doesn't have to be forever. This is just this moment in time. Just go ahead and let yourself create the space and time in your life to receive this gift of wisdom and knowledge. You have to make space for it though. So the key here, the answer to what you are asking is, I want you to see this cage. This key can either open up the door and free you, or it can lock something in there and make it very difficult to get to. So in one way, when you unlock this cage and you open it, there is freedom. So you need to open up your heart. Give yourself permission to receive. You've been asking the universe over and over and over the same question. And the answer for you is, in order to receive what you are asking for, you have to create the space, you have to create the time, you have to create the intention and do it. And if you didn't know what it was before, start by digging into those things that you love experiencing. Whatever draws you, whatever is pulling you like a magnet to study, to learn, whatever you've been thinking about in the past, but you've been putting it off, go ahead and let yourself have some space and time. You're going to have to make the time though. It's not going to just magically appear and fall in your lap. That's the thing about life and learning about managing our time. We only have so much of it, and what we do with it is important because it creates your life. Those tiny little things you do throughout the day create the whole of your life. So think about your commitment to time. What are you doing with it? Where are you filling it? What are you filling your life with? Is your life filled with some things that need to be cleared out to make space for what you've been asking for? So the stork is a beautiful bird. It's also a heron. The heron, the stork, these birds are so wise. They know when to move. They know when to stay. They are one of the most skilled hunters in the animal kingdom, because they can stay in one position so long with so much patience, waiting for that fish to come, to grab it when, when nothing, like those fish and the other animals don't see the stork there. They don't see the heron. That heron can stand there for hours on end waiting, and it just blends in with the background. It becomes camouflaged, and then in the right time it strikes, and when it strikes, it is precise. The precision of this animal is so sharp. So you might be like that. You might be a very sharp person. You know when to move, when to stay, and maybe that's what you're learning right now. But this card with these birds in their nest is saying, it's time to make a move. It's time to make a change, to change your environment. It might be just to clean up the environment that you're living in, clean up your home, take things out that are no longer serving you, take things out that need to be cleared for space, clear the energy, make space for new life to come in. So if that resonates with you, go ahead, start cleaning up your house. Make that your first step. So if you are really interested in sharpening your daily practice, your daily devotion, connecting with spirit, is there a space in your house where you go and sit daily? This helps a lot in having a daily practice. If you are studying or you need to study, do you have a space that's dedicated to studying that's clear? Believe it or not, the clutter in our house does affect our mental abilities to be clear on what we're doing. Sometimes I use this as a tool, because I know that one of the laws of creation tells us that what is as above, so below, as within, so without. So we can look at our physical environment and get a snapshot of what's going on in here. So sometimes I'll look around my house, and if it needs to be cleaned, if it's too cluttered or too chaotic, I know that I need to clean it up, and it helps me clear my mind, and vice versa. When I feel crazy in here, I know that I can clean up my environment and clear that. I know I just said that 2 different ways, but it's the exact same thing. So maybe you needed to hear it in a certain way. Okay, so if it isn't the clearing of things in your environment, if it is that you know that it's time for you to move, you may have been asking the universe, or you may have been dreaming of moving, and it is time. It's time for you to move. It's okay to move. It is encouraged for whoever is watching this who picked pile number 2. I am encouraging you to start taking the steps you need to take to move. It's going to change your energy depending on where you are located. It even changes the energy that you are experiencing. I had a astrological reading once where they looked at my birth chart, and they were able to tell me if I lived in what part of the world, what part of the country, what city I lived in, what energies would be most forefront in my life. So right now I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is the northeast of the United States. And if I live anywhere on the northeast of the United States, my psychic abilities are stronger, more tapped in, more sharp. I sometimes am in Colorado, and in Colorado there is a big heart energy there for me. So depending on even your astrological birth chart, you can look at, if you're trying to decide where to move, what is most harmonious with what it is you're trying to do in your life. And also, it's time just to tap into your intuition. What has your intuition been telling you? Like, if you think about staying where you are, or if you think about the room or the house that you're in, what needs to be changed? What immediately comes to the front of your mind? Those things, when you start moving it and changing it, is going to start a domino effect of the energy that's been blocked in your life. I love it when that happens. I love it when I receive a message. It's like, okay, take this thing and give it to so-and-so, gift it. And that starts this domino effect of energy flowing. So if you feel very stuck and like the energy is stagnant in your life, create a flow by giving something. And the more that we release and clear out, the more can come in. But if you're too full everywhere, you need to make some space and clear. So let's see what message is in this oracle card. Reading for you from The Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. And that, oh man, that is something that we talked about in the moon circle this month in our full moon circle. Man, the guides came in and really gave us some insight on how to receive, the art of receiving. We've been asking for so much. We planted seeds in our new moon, and in the full moon, we're looking at our life and what's coming to fruition and what we're actually holding in the material realm and how it lines up with what it is we're trying to create in our lives. And the goddess came in and she said, it's time to clear the clutter and learn how to receive again. So there is an art to receiving, of creating flow in your life. And if that's something that interests you, is learning in a group session like that, I invite you to click on the link below and learn more about our moon circle, where we meet monthly in a group, and it's a wonderful community. Okay, let's see what your message is. Stag, trust and thrive. Ooh, this is so good. Okay, take a look at that. And then I'm going to find this and read it to you. Okay, give me one moment. Here, listen to this while I find can you hear that? I love it. Stag. Just be with me in this pause. Pauses help you receive. Just pause. Stag. Where are you? Stag. Okay. 132. Here we go. Message: come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag with his crown of antlers is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deers have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side, with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence. And their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. Thank you, pile number 2. If this resonated with you, Please hit the like button so it ticks up this video on the algorithm and more people can find it, and subscribe if you find this helpful. Okay, I'm sending you love. I'll see you next week. Hello, pile number 3. Here is your message for what you need to hear right now based on your circumstances in your life. This is the message from the universe for you. We have the Ring, commitment, the Lilies, and the Moon. Oh, I love the Moon. Okay. You are being called. You know you're called. You know that you have a very strong, you have a connection with your purpose. You feel purpose driven. You feel that you are here for a reason. You are right, okay? This is about receiving confirmation from the universe that you are to stay committed to your life path and what it is that you feel called to share in the world. Your ancestors and your angels and spirit guides are helping you. They are helping orchestrate things in your life to get it together. They're guiding you, they're protecting you. They want you to be like very, they want you to see that it's okay in your life to experience the duality of life. So yes, you are a soul. You're a very enlightened being who takes much pride in your spiritual practice and being connected, but it's okay to also be human. And giving yourself that permission, because you are a very psychic person. You are someone really tuned in to the cosmos. You have this big energy around you, this big energy that you carry that draws people to you. So you are a leader. You are committed to your life's purpose and plan, and you're being told right now that it's okay. It's okay to feel special. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel like you are here for a purpose and a reason and not know what it is. It's okay just to live your life as a human and let that be your purpose. It's okay that the energy that you hold in everything you do, even when you're having fun, when you're not thinking about spirituality, is still changing the world. It's through your happiness. It's through what brings you joy. It's through the way you express yourself in your expression, your essence, as if you were a flower that blooms, is what creates an energetic change in the world around you. And it doesn't stop there. It's like the butterfly effect, those butterfly wings that are flapping, it changes the whole energy of everything. It's like a domino effect. That's what's happening in your life. I know you really want an answer of certainty, and you're really looking for guidance of what to do. What is your purpose? You want like definite answers, and they come through exploration. As you explore, you need to relax a little, whatever comes to mind in the moment, in the day, let that take you on a journey. Start your day with asking the question, how can I be of the highest and best use in my life today? How can I be of service today, universe? Guide me. This is something I say when I wake up in the morning before I even leave my house. I always ask the universe, how can I be used today to serve my highest purpose? Who do you want me to meet? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to say? And it isn't taking away my free will. It's co-creating. It's being open to receive. It's creating the relationship with my spirit guides, with the cosmos, to work with me. So when I have those beautiful synchronicities throughout the day that I meet somebody and it's a message for me, it's a message for them, or it just reminds me of the beauty of life, or I'm reminded about a friend and they come into my mind. And anytime you think of somebody, it's nice to reach out to them. It's nice to send them a card, send them a text, give them a call, to share your energy with people. So really tune in. You're fine-tuning your psychic abilities and your skills. You're fine-tuning your intuition to let it guide you. So your relationship with your intuition, the way that you sense and receive messages, is very different from the way I do or anyone else does. So, do you receive messages like through sight? Do you see pictures in your mind? Do you hear things in your ears? Do you know in your bones? There's the knowing, there's the sensing, there's the hearing, there's the seeing. There's so many different ways that we communicate with our intuition. So really tuning into what that is throughout the day, letting it guide you, really leads a charmed life, a fun life. In those ways, step by step, little by little, you will be gaining the insight into your bigger picture of your life's purpose and plan. So let me pull a card for you from the Starseed Oracle deck and see what the extended messages. We had a card fall out. So what is that? You are an empathic starseed. Oh, I love it. These messages today have been so on point. I love it. Okay, empathic starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Ooh, this is what you need to hear. Let's go there. Empathic starseed. It's good just to receive, isn't it? This is your time just to receive. All right, I gotta move my leg. It's falling asleep. Whoa. Hold on. Okay. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical sense alone. Oh, this is sounding very familiar. They don't need to do anything beyond being here. Thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Oh my God, I love how this is lining up with what just came through. Okay. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressure of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. Whew, I needed to hear that. Thank you. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. So your star seed soul inquiry is, how can you take better care of yourself energetically? Wow, what a beautiful message. And empathic souls, I'm going to also tell you this, pile number 3. I have been receiving so many blessings from this community of the Moon Circle with these empathic souls as we gather on the new moon and full moon. and receiving the messages and nourishment that we need during the time that we are here. So, if you feel like you are sensing a need for community and you want to be in a container where we are receiving downloads energetically and messages for healing and manifesting, I invite you to the moon circle that I'm holding monthly. You can click on the link below to take a look at that. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone, that we are all sensing and feeling the changes and shifts in the world right now. There's so many things happening. There's so many people waking up. And with these rapid changes and shifts, it can feel like a lot on your nervous system. So listening to your nervous system, what it needs to be soothed, tapping into your intuition to let you know the best way to take care of your physical health, your mental well-being. That is the best thing you can do for yourself. So then you can also help others. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in this week, and I will see you next week.